Every once in a while we get lucky, but it's off camera, and look what happened here. Third LTD of the year. The first two we caught live on Twitch. This one just sitting here rolling packs, waiting for them to release the MUT content schedule for the week so I could drop this video, and boom! We get LTD Melvin Ingram immediately donating this card to the LaShawn McCoy AKA fund so we can pick that card up and add him to the squad. Enjoy the rest of the video. What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going over the confirmed content schedule for this week in MUT 23, along with our Team of the Week predictions for week number 8. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching on YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to get free players, how to make coins, how to build your Ultimate Team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. We're going to start with the expected content schedule for this week in MUT 23, and we got a brand new promo coming, or at least part 2 of a promo. So GMM, of course, is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Today was Monday. We got the AKA content drop and most feared LTDs. We covered those in a video earlier this morning, so make sure you go check that out. Tuesday, Team of the Week. You should know this by now. That content will drop at about 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow, we should get a teaser for one of the cards later tonight on Twitter, and then the rest of the cards will be revealed on GMM tomorrow morning, and we got our predictions for that content in the back half of this video. More than likely Thursday, we're going to see part 2 of the All-Madden promo. Remember, that was an early promo that came out this year where we saw guys like Lawrence Taylor, Randy Moss, Ronnie Lott, some huge names when it comes to MUT and NFL in general, and I'm expecting to see more of that. So we're probably going to see some big legends, some very good cards, probably going to see an overall increase. We might have to start to see 93 overall cards, you know, from Thursday with this All-Madden content, and then we got legends on Saturday. If they do that with the All-Madden cards, then we're likely going to see 93 overall legends, and then when we come back this coming Monday, we'll have 93 AKAs, 93 Team of the Week cards, and so forth. So there is your content schedule for this week. Let's go ahead and get into our predictions. Now remember, for the third time this year, maybe even fourth, they switched up the Team of the Week format, which is a good thing because they added an additional LTD. So we don't think we're going to see a +1 overall in the cards until probably next Tuesday. So likely we're going to get 283 overalls. Again, you would get those via an exchange set. 286 overalls, 289 overalls, of course, an offense and a defensive player, and then 292 overalls, which would be the legends, the throwback players. But we also now get 2 player of the weeks on offense and defense, which would be an additional 292s for players who played good during this season, and also 2 LTDs, an offensive and a defensive. So we're looking at 692 overalls. We got 286s, 289s, and 283s. We're going to use all of this to get into our predictions and start at quarterback with Taylor Heinecke, who I think is going to steal Carson Wentz's job. I mean, he just comes in and he's just played better this season in, limited time, but he had not the greatest game. He just made a really good throw, and Scary Terry made a really good catch, who could also possibly get an upgrade or a card, but I don't have him on my list. Taylor Heinecke, though, 279 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Not too many amazing quarterback performances yesterday, so we have to add CMC to this list, and a lot of people think he's going to get an upgrade with his running back card, and I just don't think that's going to happen. With 92 overalls, and he already has a 90, they're not going to give him a +2, but what I could see is maybe an out-of-position quarterback CMC card, a lower overall, either 83 or 86, likely 83, so I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens. Now, Derrick Henry, not going to get an upgrade. Just want to mention his performance, 219 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. He already has a 92. There's no room for him to get an upgrade at all. Travis Etienne, who made our list last week but did not get a card, had another good game in a loss for the Jags. I'm predicting maybe an 83 overall for him, 156 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. Tony Pollard. There's so many players who got 3 touchdowns yesterday. Tony Pollard is one of them. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think he is better than Zeke? I've been saying this for a while. A lot of people have as well. I'm not going to take full credit for it. But what a game for him yesterday. 131 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. You delusional Cowboy fans in my Twitter mentions yesterday seem to think he's going to get the 92 overall player of the week card. Of course, I'm going to sound like an idiot if he does, but I just don't see them jumping him that high up in overall. So he's either going to get an 83 or an 86, possibly an 89. But like I said, so many other good performances that it's going to be tough. Some teams and some of you fans of teams and players are just not going to get a card because, you know, there's only limited opportunities for people to get team of the week cards. But Dante Foreman, another one here. He had a pretty good week, I think, last week as well in that win against the Bucs for the Panthers. 118 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. He would likely get an 86 overall card, possibly an 89, but I don't see it because Elvin Kamara, who didn't put up crazy stats. I mean, he had 96 receiving yards, 62 rushing yards, but 3 touchdowns on the day. So he has this 84 core elite. They're either going to give him an 89 overall, or they're going to give him the player of the week on offense, which would be a 92 overall. On to wide receivers. A.J. Brown, 3 touchdowns yesterday as well, 156 receiving yards. He's either going to get the 89, which I just feel like he's having such a good year. Like, yesterday was a great performance, but he's been having such a good year that, you know, just a one-time upgrade doesn't make sense based on that game. So hopefully we see him get a 92, but he has another opportunity to get another card as well. I'll explain that in a moment. So we're going to predict a 92 for A.J. Brown. DeAndre Hopkins, I think he would get an upgrade based off of this performance. 159 yards and 1 touchdown. The only thing is, right, would they give him an 89? And that seems a little bit low for a guy like D-Hop. Or would they give him a 92? But there's no way you can give him the player of the week when there's guys like Pollard, Foreman, Kamara, and A.J. Brown all with 3 touchdown games. So D-Hop possibly an 89. Doubt we see the 92. Jalen Waddle, we're just going to mention his performance. I don't think he gets an upgrade, but he had 2 touchdowns and 106 receiving yards. And then finally on offense, Tyler Conklin in a losing effort. I think he gets an 83 overall, possibly 79 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. On to defense, Zadarius Smith, who will not get an upgrade because he already got a Team of the Week LTD card for a past year's performance, but he had 7 tackles and 3 sacks, so we got to give him a shout out, mention him. Jayvon Hargrave, another Eagle, probably going to get like an 86 or an 89 if they give him a card. He had 8 tackles against his former team, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble in the win against the Steelers. Eugene Nuosu, I think I got that one right. If I did, let me know. He's possibly going to get either an 89 or a 92. They could give him the player of the week card just because he already has an 86. He didn't have the most amazing performance. I mean, it was good. He didn't have a ton of tackles, but he also had 2 sacks and 1 forced fumble. And then we have some secondary guys. So Devin McCourty, who's been around forever, he had another signature game. I'm guessing he would either get an 86, an 89, or even possibly a 92. He had 2 interceptions yesterday for the Patriots in a win against the Jets. Then we have Eddie Jackson, who got a card very early in the year, Headliners promo. He had 1 interception and 11 tackles. So could he get player of the week? I mean, obviously McCourty had a better performance, but Eddie Jackson already has that 86, so there's only so much room to go upwards. Maybe they give him an 89 overall. And then finally on defense, we have Lorenzo Carter, who had himself 1 interception and 1 forced fumble. No, I take that back. 1 interception and 1 touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons. He'll probably be a candidate for like an 83 overall. Now on to the LTDs, which are going to be current NFL players, active NFL players who had a good Week 8 performance in a prior season. And here is where EA could kind of save themselves with giving Kamara and A.J. Brown a card, a higher overall card, because in 2021, just last year, but with the Titans, A.J. Brown, 10 catches, 155 yards, and 1 touchdown. I'm going to throw his name out here. I don't think it happens, but this is a heck of a performance. In 2020, Patrick Mahomes, 416 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. Could he get an LTD with the lack of great quarterback performances in Week 8 of this year? we're probably going to see either a legend quarterback or an LTD quarterback, and Mahomes could be one of them. In 2020, also, Trayvon Diggs had himself 2 interceptions in one game. In 2019, we got another quarterback here with Matthew Stafford, 342 yards and 3 touchdowns. Real quick, speaking of quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, I believe, in 2018 had a 5-touchdown pass game. I don't think they'll give him a card, but it's certainly a possibility. And then the final guess here is going to be Dee Ford. In 2018, he had 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles in one game. And also in 2016, he had a game with 3.5 sacks. So week 8 seems to be his thing. Those are our guesses for the LTDs and current day players. Now, when it comes to the legends, let's go back and take a look here. Remember, we're going to get 1 on offense, 1 on defense. For the offensive players, another opportunity for a quarterback in 2014, Ben Roethlisberger, 522 passing yards and 6 touchdowns in one game. That seems like a card-worthy performance. In 2014, I would love for this to happen. It probably won't. But Jeremy Maclin, like if we get Shady and Jeremy Maclin in the same week, I'm gonna go crazy. Jeremy Maclin, 12 catches, 187 catching or receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then in 2009, we had Reggie Wayne, who had 12 catches for $147 and 1 touchdown, and also Chris Johnson with 228 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. For our defensive champions in 2012, Tim Jennings, who I believe was a Chicago Bear then, he had 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. This is going to be the theme for all of our defensive predictions, because in 2010 we had Aqib Talib, who usually gets a MUT card every year, hasn't got one yet this year, but he could certainly get one for his 2010 performance in week 8, 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. And then finally, I've been calling his name for weeks and weeks and weeks. He's got another opportunity here in 2007, Antonio Cromartie. We need a tall cornerback in the game. He would be perfect. He also had 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. And those are our predictions for Team of the Week, week number 8. This content will be live tomorrow, and they should be revealing at least 1 player via Twitter tonight. Let me know if there's any names or players that I left out on my list. Leave it down below in the comment section. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.